Hello, everybody. Gage says it's empty. Let's go see what's in the fridge today.
Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I certainly do appreciate it. Today's beer comes from Southern Grist Brewing. These guys are out of Tennessee. This is called Hair of the Wizard, and they're calling it a double IPA, but this is only a 7.3%er, guys. The breweries can call it what they want. They want to call it a porter, they can call it a porter. They can call it a stout, they can call it a stout if it's a dark beer. And it seems like, the IPA and the pale ale lines are blurred, and the double IPAs are blurred. My honest opinion, this is just me, not no beer judging guidelines or whatever. I don't consider it a double until it gets to 8%. I think maybe the guidelines may say it could 7.7, 7.8 somewhere. I'm not really sure. I really don't care. But I don't consider it a double until it gets to the 8% range. That's just me. I have subscribers saying, oh, yeah, horse hockey. I'm just telling you what I think, what my opinion is, what I think a double should be. So at 7.3%, I consider it a single IPA. Beer Advocate has got it listed as an American IPA. Uh, Untapped has an Imperial or double IPA at 7.3%. So, I mean, it's all over the place. There's no set regulations, rules. They can call it whatever the hell they want to call it. But me personally, until it gets to the 8% range, 8% and up is what I consider a double. But, they probably could call a 6% a double if they wanted to. Who knows? That's up to the air, guys. These breweries can call the beer whatever they want to call it. If it's an IPA and they want to call it a pale ale, they can. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter to me either, because when I look at that ABV, I make my judgment on what that is. If it's less than 7%, I usually don't buy it. If it's in the 7% to 8%, I'll consider it if it's got a date on it. If it's 8% above, I consider that a double IPA, guys. So that's just me, though. That's just my opinion, and take it for that. So let's get on with this. I don't have the IBUs. This was sent to me by Scott, so Scott, thanks a bunch. He sent me 2 of this brewery's beers, and he says this is a collaboration with RAR Brewing, R-A-R Brewing, and he says it's double IPA brewed with spelt malt, fermented with the magical yeast from RAR, taste of pineapple juice, orange, and passion fruit, followed by a super silky mouthfeel. 7.3% ABV, canned on April 20th of 2018, and he says he actually picked these up at the brewery on May the 2nd, and it was $16 for a 4-pack. So, with that being said, let's find out what Southern Grist Brewing. I've had stuff from RAR Brewing before. They seem to do some tasty stuff. So let's see how the collaboration event went with these guys on this beer. Commercial description on Untappd says, with the Wizards of the Vermont yeast strain by our side, we set out to brew a magical spelt double IPA with Nelson, Sauvin, Citra, and Vic Secret hops mixed into this hazy elixir. So, they're actually calling it a double at 7.3%. So, I mean, the lines are so blurred. So, it is what it is, guys. So, let's get this thing down. That's all we need to talk about. Pop the top on this thing and get it into the glass. And while I am pouring, it is very hazy coming out, guys. It's like an unfiltered beer. Cuisine is curried in Italian cheese, pepper, Monterey, pepper jack, sharp blue cheddar. Your stronger cheeses, the meat, poultry, fish, shellfish, and salmon. I'll add grilled meat to that. Glass for the pint, Beckeronic tumbler mug, Stein Seidel. I'm using my favorite tulip glass again today, guys. And it says here, not recommended for extended cellaring. The whole reason they put a date on them. Man, looks like a juice bomb, guys. Finger of head on that pour, very, very nice. Definitely an unfiltered beer. It looks like a New England style beer to me, guys. It really does. Looks like a juice bomb. Very orange juice and colored looking beer. Very nice. Very, very nice. I have grown to love this style of beer, guys. Let's get a nose to it. Oh, yeah. Outstanding aroma. Oh, wow. Super citrusy. Pine, grapefruit, pineapple, oranges, mango, peaches, apricots. All sorts of fruitiness going on in this beer with different kinds of aromas. Wow. I haven't even tasted yet, but looking at it and smelling it, guys, I would probably buy this beer here. So let's see if we can confirm that by tasting it. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Scott. That is very, very pleasant. Usually the Nelson Sauvignon hops tend to give it a little bit of wine-esque grape flavors to it. I'm not getting that right now, but it may come out as it warms up. It's right out of the fridge. As soon as I said that out of the back of my mouth there, I'm going, oh, I am getting a little of that. I am getting a slight hint of maybe some white grapes on the back end. That's very, very nice. That's very, very nice. Well, guys, usually when I have these big 16 ounces, especially the unfiltered juice bomb looking New England style, I try to do the back end pours. If it changes the color or the clarity of it, I don't think it could possibly do that. Definitely reinforce the head. Very nice looking beer, a very tasty beer. Not quite to the Trillium Treehouse versions of their New England style, but still very, very pleasant. Like I said, I would probably buy this beer if I could get it here. So let's sip on this, let her taste it, and we'll come back and do the final grade and chug on this one. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it for a while. A little bit of sediment in this one. It's settled down to the bottom of the glass. Tasty beer. Like I said earlier, it's got a lot of stuff going on in here. I'm calling it a New England style. It definitely, I would consider this a juice bomb in that style of beer. Very tasty. A lot of stuff going on. I don't think it's quite to the 10 category to me, especially with the sediment that I'm getting in the bottom of the glass. Of course, it's not going to hurt you, but I've had better. Like I said earlier, the it's a very good example from those guys trying to do this style of beer. I think some of the Trillium and Treehouse beers and some of the others that I've had are a little on the tastier side, and we don't have that sediment in the bottom of the glass like this one has. But still very enjoyable. I would still buy this beer, guys, if I could get it here. Final chug. And it definitely has eighth of an inch of sediment in the bottom of the glass. Still very tasty. I enjoyed this beer. Thanks a bunch to Scott for sending it to me. Guys, I'm going to put this in the A- range. I'm going to give it a 92 is where I'm going to put this one. Still definitely an A beer. So pick it up if you can see it somewhere. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 3.77. I think it's a better beer than that. That's just into their B+ range. I think it's an A beer. That's why I gave it a 92. Over to Untapped, they have it at 4.09. That's definitely into their A- category also. So we're in agreement, me and Untapped, on this one. Other than the sediment, which was a little off-putting, which won't hurt you. Absolutely. Matter of fact, I've got just a little left in there. A very tasty beer, guys. It really is. I would buy this beer. I really would. I don't consider it a double IPA, being a 7.3%er, but like I said earlier, they can call it whatever they want to call it. We've got the grading. If you've had this one from Southern Grist Brewing, this is their Hair of the Wizard. Let me know what you think, and until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.